It's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm great. I just got out of the PBD Valuetainment podcast studios. We just shot with Unusual Suspects just a little while ago. So I'm running around and we are fighting back. That's the premise, right? They put me away for 4 years and they thought that was gonna leave me dejected, kind of leave me energyless. But we're taking the fight to the home front now, and you can guarantee this: anytime there's any one of these leftist extremists, Federal Watchdog and myself are going to be there suing the pants off them for all of their radical, racist, anti-white propaganda and lawfare that they're doing.
So I was going to Google it and bring it up. Who's Federal Watchdog? What entity is that?
So Federal Watchdog is basically the spinoff of all of the legal organizations that I ran in prison for the January 6ers. We had the January 6th Legal Fund, which was this massive organization. We raised millions of dollars, helped get lawyers for over 50 January 6ers. And now we're taking that same organization, same backbone, and we're applying it to lawfare like this. And here's a little sneak peek what's coming up next. The next lawsuit we're going to be filing next week is going to be against the California DMV for allowing all of these illegal immigrants who can't even speak English to go in there and to get commercial driver's licenses. And specifically, his name is Jang Sang Priat, the one that just killed in California a couple white folks while driving, texting and driving or whatever, because these people don't care. They're not Americans and they're here to milk our system. So we're going to be suing the California DMV as well for allowing illegal immigrants to have commercial driver's licenses. This is what we're doing now, taking the lawfare to them.
Now, for those who don't know, you're running for Florida Senate, correct?
No, United States Senate in the state of Florida. Marco Rubio's open seat.
Okay, sorry, that's what I meant. So, United States Senate in Florida. That election is going to come up in 2026?
August 18th, 2026, special election. There's an interim appointed senator there right now.
Okay, so you're doing that. Now you started Federal Watchdog. You are based out of New York State, right? That's where you live?
That's where I grew up. I have property there. My family's there. But I am in Florida now. I actually had a house in Florida even before. During COVID, I was down here because New York was like a desperate, no-go zone. It was dead. There was nothing there. So I moved down to Florida at that time, and I established residency down here. But I have property and things in New York that give me standing jurisdiction to be able to sue, because my property taxes are going to increase because I'm a white homeowner in the state of New York. So, this gives me standing to sue the pants off the Muslim radical communist Zoran Mandami.
Okay, that was my actual question: is what standing you would have for New York? I understand. You filed the notice. That's not the lawsuit. It's a 3-page.
So no, that is the notice in this civil jurisdiction. There is the lawsuit. It goes along. That's the notice. There's also the civil complaint that is attached to that. I think I sent you that as well. And there's a couple other forms. We filed it pro se with the Southern District of New York, which, traditionally has been the number one place really to fight out your battle. Southern District of New York is like the international headquarters of the biggest criminal and civil cases ever. So this is going to be playing out in the big leagues. This is not going to be happening, in the back room somewhere. The Southern District of New York has the best, attorneys in it in the world, and we're going to be duking it out. I can't wait to see how they try to justify this man's. And then he doubled down. You saw that. So that quote that the newscaster had read is from Zoran's campaign website. He actually has this in text on his campaign website as part of his platform, saying that whiter neighborhoods are going to be taxed more. And they asked him, why are you bringing race into this? And he says, oh, that's just a description. Well, yeah, of course, our skin color is just a description of who we are as people. But it just so happens that is against the Civil Rights Act and against the 14th Amendment, which gives us equal protection under the law. You can't tax people over, 60 years old more than you do people in their mid-40s and whatnot. It's just an arbitrary, it's so anti-American. Goes against everything our founding fathers stood for. All men are created equal. All men are supposed to be taxed equally as well.
Pro se, meaning it's your organization, Federal Watchdog, and you don't have counsel?